Hi everyone! So for today's video, I'm going to show you how to achieve this look right here. Now today's video is really laid back. It's kind of a get ready with me. I did have an idea of what I wanted to do for my eyeshadow. So I'm going to show you how to achieve this right here. This is a really nice cut crease cat eye kind of look with a glossy lid and a very fresh and sun-kissed complexion. So if you want to see how to achieve this look, you can just keep on watching. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I put up new videos 3 times a week, so subscribe so that you don't miss any of my content. And that's it, so let's get started with the makeup. Alright, so let's get started. So today I don't really know what I'm going to be doing on my face. I know that I want to do something very editorial and maybe something using some gloss. So I'm going to get started. I'm going to start by just priming my lids like usual. Whenever I'm not really sure what kind of look I'm going to do, I always like to start with my eyes, just because I don't really know if I'm going to get fallout. So I always just want to make sure to prime my lids. So today I kind of feel like using my Jaclyn Hill Volume 2 palette because I haven't used this very often, and I do want to use more of like the red and pink shades in that palette. So I kind of want to do something like a cut crease, something very editorial, very like sexy and blown out. I kind of also want to do like no brows today just because I did a very blown out editorial look without any brows, and I really liked how it turned out. So I'm probably going to do something similar to that today. So I'm going to jump into the Jaclyn Hill Volume 2 palette. Oh my god. And I'm going to jump directly into the shade called Heart On, which is a very bright red orange shade. And I'm going to put this in my crease. And today I'm going to be doing a cut crease, so I'm not really going to worry if I get any fallout or if I don't have the perfect line already. So I'm really just going to start and build the shape that I want. So I'm really just packing the shade where I want it to go. And when I have the pigment that I want, I'm going to take a JH40 brush, which is just a smaller blending brush, and I'm just going to go over these edges, blend everything out, doing circular motions. This shade is really blending nicely. I really should use the Jaclyn Hill Volume 2 palette more often. I really like it. I did a crazy red and pink look a few videos ago, so I'm going to link it up here so that you can check it out if you want. I did a first impression on this palette and the look I created was really crazy. Alright, so I think I have the blend that I want. I'm going to take a bigger fluffy brush. I'm going to use the blender brush from the brand called Lavish. I've been really liking their brushes. I'm just going to go over everything, just making sure everything is nicely blended. Next, I'm going to take a even smaller brush. I'm using the JH42 brush, which is a kind of flat, condensed brush. And I'm going to go into the shade called Livin' My Best. This shade is really pretty because it's a really bright red shade, but it has a like very small golden glitters in it, so it looks really pretty. So I'm just going to put this even closer to the crease. All right. Next, I'm going to cut the crease. I'm going to use my MAC Pro Longueur concealer, and I'm going to be careful and cut the crease from the inner corner to the outer corner. Alright, so I think I have the shape that I want, so I'm just going to tap over the concealer just to remove the excess concealer. And with a very small angled brush, I'm going to take the same Livin' My Best shade, and I'm just going to clean up the edges a little bit more, make sure that everything is pigmented. What am I going to do? I kind of like the look like this. So next, I'm going to take the same Heart On shade with the Lavish eye shading brush, and I'm going to start and tap this on the edge, and I'm going to do kind of a cat eye with this, kind of a winged liner, a smoky winged liner. But I'm really just going to keep it in the outer corner. I'm going to leave the center empty, and I'm going to take it to the inner corner as well. And I'm going to create kind of that fox eye in the inner corner. And I'm going to do the same with the deeper red shade. And I'm going to blend some of these edges out to make it a little bit more smoky. And I'm going to set the concealer in place using the shade called Certified from the Jaclyn Volume 2 palette with a JH41 brush. I'm just going to set the concealer in place because it's starting to move a little bit. And next, I'm just going to take a little cotton pad. I'm going to put some micellar water on it. I'm using the NYX micellar water, and I'm going to use that to clean up the edges and create a very harsh straight line on the outer and inner corner. Ooh, I'm really going to like this look. I'm not going to worry too much about the shape of the inner corner for the moment. I'm going to clean that up with concealer after, but I just want to finish my complexion before doing that. So I'm going to leave this eye aside. I'm going to do the other eye off camera and I will be right back. Alright, so I'm back. I finished up one of my eyes. I don't know how people are able to get the other eye to be perfectly symmetrical to the first one, but I am not one of those beauty gurus. I will not be able to have a perfect symmetrical cut crease ever in my life, I think. But anyway, so we are going to continue. I'm going to jump on my complexion just to see where the look on the eyes is going to take us. I just want to finish my complexion. So I'm going to prime my skin using the Glossy Balm from the Touch in Soul brand. And I'm just going to take a little bit of that and put it on my face. I really like this primer because it gives such a nice shine to the skin, like a natural shine. It doesn't have any glitters, so it's not going to give a shiny effect on the skin, but it has a really dewy finish. And to keep everything dewy and fresh, I'm going to be using the Covergirl Clean Fresh Skin Milk. I'm using the shade 520 Fair. I used this for the first time yesterday and I really like it. So I'm just going to put a good amount on the back of my hand. So I'm just going to take some of that foundation and I'm going to dot it on my face. And the shade is pretty good. It might be a little bit too light for me at the moment, but this is going to be my perfect winter shade. I usually always like to never apply foundation in the center because I know I'm going to be putting a concealer there. So I'm just going to blend that in using my Morphe M439 brush. I really like the finish of this foundation. This foundation is not too full coverage. That's the reason why I like it a lot also. Because I do really like whenever I have skin texture coming through the foundation, I feel like it's much more natural. And I can always conceal with a concealer. Yeah, this foundation is so pretty. I really love it. I bought it because it was on sale. It was $8. Alright, so foundation is looking good. I'm going to use for my concealer, I'm going to be using the Covergirl Trueblend concealer. I've been hearing very nice things about this concealer. I tried it yesterday for the first time and it dries really quickly. I did the mistake of applying this all over my face and then blending everything in, but everything already dried. So today I'm going to be extra careful. I'm going to do one area at a time just to be sure that I have enough time to blend everything in. And this is the concealer that has kind of the tape shape applicator. So I'm just going to start with my chin and I'm going to blend this in with my concealer brush. Oh, and I have the shade 120. Yeah, this concealer is really pretty. I think I really like it. And you really do not need a lot. There's a lot of coverage there. And as you can see, I used the concealer just to clean the inner corner cat eye we have going on. And I'm also going to take some of that concealer and clean on the top of the cat eye just to make it a little bit more clean. But anyways, I'm going to leave it like that because if I touch it too much, it's going to get worse. But yes, so foundation, concealer is done. I'm going to finish up my eyes. I think I'm not going to do anything on my lower lashes. I really like this look being on top. So I'm just going to put on some mascara. I'm also going to apply some false lashes. I'm using the Yves Rocher Longueur Vertige mascara. Alright, and before I apply my lashes, I'm going to finish up my brows. And for my brows, I'm actually going to make them lighter. So I'm going to try, because last time when I tried to do my brows in a lighter color, I applied concealer in them, but it just made them look really weird and chunky. So what I did to remove my brows a little bit, I just applied a little bit of white kohl liner in my brows, and then I took a little bit of concealer on a spoolie and I just ran it through my brows. So I'm just going to do the same thing. So I'm just going to apply a tiny little bit of white in my brows, just like that. I'm just going to take the spoolie and run it through so that I already have kind of a lighter brow going on. And then I'm going to take a little bit more of the Covergirl concealer on the back of my hand, and I'm going to run the spoolie through that, and then I'm going to go over the brows. Alright, so woo, this is looking a little bit weird, not gonna lie, but I think it's going to look good in pictures. So I'm just going to leave it like that for a couple of seconds. I think I'm going to get used to it. So I'm just going to apply my false lashes. No, actually I'm going to finish up my face. I don't like to wear false lashes for too long. I like to put them on for pictures because I have extremely sensitive eyes. So I tried different kind of glues because I think it's because of the glues that I get reactions. So I tried the duo glue for the longest time, and I had every single time reactions. So then I decided to buy the velour lash glue without any latex because I thought I was probably having a reaction from the latex, but it turns out I'm still reacting to this one, not as much as the duo one, but I still get a reaction from this. So I'm still going to use this lash glue, but before I do that, I'm going to finish up my complexion. I want something extremely fresh, extremely glowy for my skin today, so I think I'm going to do something quite simple. So for my bronzer, we're going back to the basics. I'm going to be using my butter bronzer. I'm using the shade Light, and I'm going to take that with my blush brush from Real Techniques. I'm just going to start and bronze up my complexion because right now I'm looking a little bit pale with those brows. I'm also going to put some on the side of my nose. For my blush, I want to go in with my Yves Rocher blush. This is the shade 07. I'm just going to take that with my blush brush. This is just a kind of coral pinkish shade. And I want to use this one because it has a really nice shine to it. So I'm just going to put this on my cheeks. And I'm being quite generous. I'm also going to put some on my nose, a little bit on the chin. And I also want to put some right on top of the brows. Next for my highlight, I want something very fresh. I want to try again the Essence Pure Nude Highlighter. This is just freaking gorgeous. It's so pretty. It's a really natural looking highlight. You can also almost put this like all over your skin as a finishing powder because it doesn't have any glitters, and it's just going to give such a nice like shine from within to your skin. So I'm really being generous with this. I'm going to put it on my nose, like all over my under eye area, also on the temples, the forehead. I'm also just going to take that highlight with a smaller brush, and I'm going to put that on my brow bone. And lastly, we are going to apply our lashes. You guessed it, for my lashes, I really need to try new lashes. I'm going to be using my ABH lashes in the style Fashion. These are just so pretty with every freaking single look. Like, they're so intense and like fluttery and fresh. They're almost like natural, but not really. So I'm just going to pop these on and I will be right back. Here we go. So lashes are on. I'm loving this look. Last thing we have to do is apply our lip color. And for my lips, I want something extra nude. So I'm going to use my Milk lipstick in the shade Cream. This is probably expired. I should probably not use this. Okay, tell me something. Am I the only one? Because whenever I use like a product and I love it so much, like when it comes to the end of the product, I just stop using it because I want to keep it for a long time. But when I do that sort of things, like the product is just going to expire, so it's kind of stupid. Like, this is what happened with this lipstick. I just love it so much. The formula is amazing. Chef's kiss. So I decided just to stop using it because I didn't want to finish it. So now I have a expired lipstick and I'm using expired lipsticks, which is really bad. Don't do it. But it's just so pretty. Look at this shade. It's so nice. So the last step I wanted to take for this look was to apply gloss on my lid. I'm really scared. I don't know how it's going to turn out. Today I don't really feel like using honey on my lids. So I'm actually going to take my NYX Lingerie gloss. I'm going to put a healthy amount of this gloss on the back of my hand. And I'm going to be using this as a gloss on my eyes today. And I'm going to have to hurry to take pictures because this is really going to be like creasing in like 10 seconds. So I'm just going to take that gloss on a flat brush and I'm going to be careful. First, I'm going to remove the mascara flakes I have on because this is just going to smudge everywhere. I'm scared. Alright, so I'm going to try it now. The gloss is on. I'm going to always look downwards. Because I really do not want this to crease. I want to have time to take pictures and everything. So I'm going to do the same on the other eye. Okay, I think that's good. Okay. All right, well, here we have it. Let me set my face really quickly. All right, everyone, so here we have it. This is the finished look. I'm really happy with it. I'm really happy how it turned out. I really love the brows, like no brow look. I really wanted my skin to be super fresh, super sun-kissed, and I think I really well achieved it. I really love the eyes as well. I really think it's a really flattering shape for me. This look I feel could be really nice for pictures. It's very editorial, and of course you don't really have to use the gloss on the lid. Of course it adds another dimension to the look. I feel like it brings really everything together because without the gloss it's just like a normal kind of cat eye crease kind of thing. But anyways, so I really hope you enjoyed today's look. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I put up new videos 3 times a week, so subscribe so that you don't miss any of my content. And that's it. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.